What's going on, everybody? This is Achilles LBT coming at you with a brand new video, and in today's video I will be using a hero that I am not very good with and using him in my own way. I don't think for sure I'm gonna have a link for the build in the bottom, because honestly I only like doing that if I feel confident in the build that I'm using and I feel confident in advising it to others, and that's definitely not going to be the case. So at level 1, we're going to be going Greater Cleave. Again, this is not going to be a conventional Zeratul build. In no way, shape, or form am I a good Zeratul user, but I just feel like having fun and seeing what happens. One thing that's in my favor, though, is that there is no other cloaked hero to worry about, so that's always a good thing. I generally don't play well when I have to worry about other cloaks on the enemy team. So, kind of happy there's nobody there. So, the other point that I wanted to make to this video is that I am actually a little bit closer now to going full-blown QM at this point, because I played quite a few games since the last gameplay that I recorded this morning, and honestly they made me want to hang myself. Like, not even wow, this she's using her her healing on a minion. That's pretty funny. Oh my god, she's gonna get away. That's crazy. We're gonna blame Diablo for that one. Is it actually his fault? Of course not. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, we had a good 2 games that I played, where one of them is specific. Everything was going right. Everything was going in our favor. We were winning all the team fights. Just honest to God, like we couldn't do any wrong on Infernal Shrines, and we were even making the hard plays happen too. Like, it wasn't even just like that only good stuff was happening and whatnot. The hard plays were being made too. I'm gonna warp away here, or blink rather. One thing I want to point out, I generally have a hard time landing my Q abilities, so I tend to prefer to go for the bigger expanded one, and I tend to spec into the Q a little bit as the game goes on as well. So that's another, I'm going to just go ahead and blink over here because I think they can see me. That's another reason I tend to make some of the choices I do as far as my build. Again, I sound like a broken record, but I just want to make it abundantly clear. This is not a conventional build. This is not something that I would push on other people. And while the damage numbers I get from using this build, in case you're wondering, like I keep saying non-conventional, I keep saying I wouldn't push it on other people. So you might think, well, why the hell do you use the build then? It's because I actually get a really good amount of damage using the build this way. It's just that my my kill to death ratio playing like this is always bad, and honestly I don't know if it's because I'm like a very bad Zeratul, or if it's because I don't have like the greatest support with me whenever I play a Zeratul. I feel like the correct assessment is somewhere in between. I don't think I'm a very good Zeratul to begin with, and to go with the fact that I'm not very good, I don't have the greatest support system behind me. So yeah. So yeah, getting back to what I was saying, we had this game going everything in our favor. We were making the easy plays, we were making the hard plays, just we could not do any wrong. And for some dumb reason, I just did not get that kill. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not a good Zeratul. And I'm leading in hero damage. Oh, I'm so bad with this guy. Whatchamacallit, yeah, we had everything going in our favor, and for some dumb reason, the levels was like 18 to 17. We were up 1 level. We hadn't lost a single shrine yet. There was one shrine in particular that we should have lost for sure. It should have been a guaranteed loss. We came back, pulled it together, played as a team, still took the shrine, pushed the lane accordingly. But then when in this other situation, when the shrines were on a countdown, a new shrine was on a countdown, for some stupid reason, 2 of my teammates decided to push into the enemy base with no help whatsoever, when the shrines were on a countdown already. So naturally, they got wiped out, And naturally, we were shorthanded going into the shrine portion of that that part of the game, which means naturally the enemy team ended up getting the shrine, which also naturally means they ended up winning the game with that one Punisher. Now, I don't like losing to begin with, but I damn sure don't like losing winnable games. It drives me crazy. Like, batshit crazy. I remember after we... And I was using Sonya too, by the way, so yeah, that's a little extra. I'm going to go in Void Slash to deal 30% more damage. I tend to prefer to stay cloaked, like, as much as possible. Burst people down with my Q ability, land a few auto attacks, and then get out of dodge. Very, very, very Nova-like playstyle I have with Zeratul as well. So yeah. We are going to get that kill on Sylvanas. Going to just kind of walk away here. Hope that my cloak... There we go. I am going to blink in here and get this kill on Rexxar. I love how bad of a matchup Zeratul is for Rexxar. I really do. Alright, so my teammates appear to be fairly decent on following up on me whenever I go for things, so who knows, maybe this will actually be a good game. Again, I'm not a good Zeratul, so I don't know what to think about how I use him and how I play him. I know I don't use him the right way. Like, I know you might hear me say that and be like, well, that's not really fair to say just because other people use him differently, and, you know, there's that. But honestly, with Zeratul, a lot of people do use him differently, but the fact that they use him the way that they do, they get results. Like, they get all the, they get the numbers they're supposed to damage-wise, they get the kills that they're supposed to, and, excuse me, and they win. So it's like, this is one of those rare cases where I don't really think too much into how I play with Zeratul, because I know that if I was better, I would do better, basically. So yeah, a winnable game on a map. I absolutely despise losing on Infernal Shrines altogether, because I have such a good win rate there. It's such an easy map to win on that anytime I lose, I just feel like it's unacceptable. So I lost on my best map with my best hero in Hero League when I could have ranked up, and instead I ended up demoting, deranking instead. So yeah, I was not a happy camper. I quite literally sat there, pretty much with my hand over my face, pissed the fuck off for a good while. I think I'm gonna VP here. Oh, actually, I won't need to. That was a good set of plays with my teammates. I don't think, yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I'm in the lead on hero damage anymore. Probably due to my bad positioning. We might be able to pick this. Oh, no! I missed my bomb. Thank God my teammates are good.
None shall stop us.
But yeah, so far this is going good. But yeah, then we had another game right afterwards. Same kind of story. Losing the game as a team because one player decided that as the frontline tank, it was their job to be our jungler. And it was on this map, actually. And we lost the game that we were winning the entire way. One lapse in judgment, and we ended up losing the game very, very handily. So I deranked twice today. And it had me reconsidering the whole maybe I should just play quick match thing, you know? Play heroes I want to play when I want to play them, and if honestly, if my MMR is gonna favor me more on quick match, then that just means that I'm gonna find better games on quick match too than I would on Hero League. And honestly, I'm tired of playing with people that don't know what they're doing. I kind of understand where someone like Pallytime comes from with what he says. I mean, granted, he doesn't play Hero League as much as, like, you know, a lot of us do, but in a lot of ways he's right. Like, if you find competitive matches on one side of the game, then, you know, it's really not the end of the world if you're not finding them on the other side. You might as well just stay where the games are good. And honestly, it's been like I've been in denial about it, but I'm at a point right now with my MMR that I'm finding better games on Quick Match than I am on Hero League. And at least with Quick Match, I still want to win all the time. But it doesn't get me as annoyed, obviously, because there's no ranking system in play. We're going to get that kill on Sonya. Also going to put some good damage on the Butcher. I don't have a VP on me. Yeah, we should back. I don't have anything here. Shit. Yeah. There's nothing I can do there. I'm gonna go for Assassin's Blade at level 13. This is a talent that I really like on Zeratul. I feel like it's a very underrated talent just because people are so good at using Wormhole that that's really the only thing people decide to try out. We are gonna get that kill on Rexar. He's not going anywhere. See the friendly teammates right now having a very heated discussion. I'm going to help out on this wave clear. That's one thing that I love about Zeratul is that he has very good wave clear. On top of, you know, hero damage and whatnot. We're only 1,000 behind on hero damage right now. I am actively going to be looking to change that. I just feel like that should be my job. If I'm playing a Zeratul, I should lead in hero damage. I think we can turn this in safely. I don't know. Yeah, I'm only 1,000 behind on hero damage. I'm 14-1 right now, so let's see if I can improve on this. Yeah, the thing I like about Assassin's Blade is that after I get my initial burst from the cloak, the added burst, mind you, that I've spec'd into, for 5 seconds my auto attack damage is insane. It's boosted up pretty nicely. I know people will say, well, you can get the same thing from going with Seasoned Marksman. But again, me personally, I prefer the bigger cleave area, so I don't go for Seasoned Marksman on Zeratul. I have tried it before, though, and I do find that it's very good on Zeratul. But it's just not something that I choose to go with because I have trouble landing my Qs without the extra area of damage, area of effect. Should be receiving some help here. We do pick up that kill. And we pick up the other one. Good help by Diablo right there. That was all him. Level 16, I go for Rending Cleave to add a bit of a poison effect. Excuse me. Sorry about that. To add a bit of a poison effect. Again, I spec pretty nicely into my Q. Well, there I am. See, I have like 3 upgrades into my Q ability right now because I have a very Nova-like mindset with Zeratul. Again, not the greatest. I'm sorry I keep repeating myself, guys, but it's not the greatest approach in Zeratul. I don't think it's the right approach, but it's my approach, and it's really the only way that I could be effective with him. It's just the only way I could run him. You're not gonna be a natural fit for every single hero, no matter what. Like, no matter how talented you are or anything like that, you're definitely not gonna be like a natural fit. I'm no exception to that, so I don't mind that I have my own way that's a little bit different. Because I'm not a natural with a certain hero. You see how much damage we're able to put with the help of our teammates. It's very effective. The only thing I'm missing right now is that I can't get any of my my cloak bonuses because we were active in a fight for a while right there. But we did wipe out the enemy team right there, so that was a very good play. This is the kind of game that makes me think that it's even though I'm not a good player with Zeratul, that a lot of it comes down to my teammates because I'm getting some very good help from this group right now. Like, everybody's really pulling their weight right now, in my opinion. And again, I have people following. The Diablo in particular has shown up a few times when he wasn't even around to like help me out on some of these kills. Like, he's following up on my damage really well. Definite credit to him. I don't know. It's a little bit of a source of personal like pride / frustration that I'm not better with melee assassins because I feel like that's my natural role. I feel like every game I play, I'm usually a up close, in your face kind of player, and for whatever reason, I've not had the success with with melee assassins on this game. We're able to successfully turn in right there. Sonya should go down. I do have my cloak bonus in effect right now. I am going to get behind this Morales here. That'll be an easy kill. I'm just going to try and annoy the Sylvanas. And we were able to pick that up. And I don't think that in... Okay, thanks to the monk, I will not die for sure. I'm going to try and cloak up here, but I get caught. Flare, I swear, the Flare is such a good... it's such a good talent to have against a cloak hero on Rexar. It's really the only way that he can defend himself, because if not, you can just walk right past the bear and do all of your damage directly to him. You see right now we're at 26-1, leading the way in hero damage. Again, just have a really, really, really good team right now. We're only 15 minutes. We're about to be 16 minutes into the game, and the kills are piling on. We have a 3-level advantage right now, so everything's kind of going really good for us. The last few times I've used Zeratul, I've kind of gotten away from this build that I'm using right now. And I'm starting to question like why I did that. Because every time I use this build, I end up putting out a very, very, very good amount of damage. It's just that I don't always have, like I said, the kill-death ratio is not always this good. And I'm seeing, I go next to plays level 20 by the way. I'm seeing like very, 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 very clearly right now that my way of using Zeratul is heavily dependent on having good teammates, which at best makes Zeratul a situational pick. We are going to put a significant amount of damage on the Butcher and take him out. We do take out Morales as well. I'm going to back away here and get to my teammates. Just the plays being made right now by this group that I'm playing with is so good. I'm going to turn in here. Oh, never mind. We had enough. 40k, I'm pretty happy with that. Look how much damage we put out with our cleave whenever we hit anything. It's crazy. The only thing I kind of wish Zeratul had was the speed boost that that Nova has when she has advanced cloak. She gets that that ginormous movement speed bonus. It's very, very nice. You basically don't have to be on a mount ever after a certain point with Nova. And it would be nice. It would be OP, don't get me wrong. It would be extremely OP, but it'd be really nice if Zeratul was the same deal. We are going to try and... There we go. We got greedy, but it paid off. Morales is probably going to go down again, too. And so is Butcher, for that matter. There we go. Just going to back away here. Nice heal by our monk. And I use my Q on nothing. This is... Oh, look at that sneaky turn-in. So much damage being put right now. So this is going to be a very good win. I was not expecting this game to go down like this, but I'm very, very happy that it did. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, well, maybe I should stay on quick match. Maybe, because the games are a lot more fun. Yeah, you still get your douchebags, but if my MMR is going to be higher on quick match and it's going to translate to me being paired up with better teammates, then maybe this is where I need to be. Guaranteed, if I had Zeratul on Hero League for a game on that exact map, there's no way I go 32-1 with that amount of hero damage. That doesn't happen. So I don't know. It's something to think about. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna leave the maybe I will put, because this is my go-to build for Zeratul. Again, at level 1 I go for greater cleave to increase the radius of my Q ability. I strictly do this partly because I have trouble landing his Q for whatever reason. Yes, that's weird, I know. I have trouble landing his Q, so I like to make it a bigger radius so that I have less trouble, and it helps me hit more than one target whenever I use it. And again, this is a pick that I make with the subsequent picks in mind, so just factor that in. For all of you like Regen Master and Seasoned Marksman users and whatnot, again, this is not the ideal way to go with Zeratul. This is just my way. So I get the bigger cleave at level 1. At level 4, I go for focus attack so that right after I hit the cleave, my first attack has a little more burst damage on it. At level 7, I go for Void Slash to add some more burst to the cleave itself. Whenever I'm cloaked, my initiation attack will be stronger. Of course, Void Prison, I feel like it's a no-brainer. You have to go with Void Prison. I've actually tried using the other his other ultimate once just to see what it was like, and it was kind of nice, but kind of not. So level 13. Again, this is the talent. I'm gonna leave this on the screen for a second because this is the talent that I feel like it's very, very overlooked on Zeratul, and I am an avid fan of using this this perk or this talent at level 13. You gain 25% basic attack damage for 5 seconds when breaking permanent cloak. 10% increased movement speed while stealth from permanent cloak. Now, the 10% movement speed is not noticeable. I'll say that right now. At least to me, it's not noticeable. But the 25% extra damage you get for 5 seconds, that's the big thing. You get it for 5 seconds. So you could wail away at somebody with this. After you come out with your Q and you burst somebody down with it, you wail away at that same target for 5 seconds with a stronger enhanced auto attack, which is also enhanced from focus attack as well, mind you. So you got two enhancements on your auto attack. By the time this finishes, the cooldown on your Q ability that you use to initiate the whole thing will be off of its cooldown, and you could essentially finish somebody using your Q ability. Or if you haven't hit them with a bomb yet, you can hit them with a bomb and finish them that way. It's just a nice little way to like seal off isolated heroes. You get those kills. So again, Assassin's Blade, I think a lot of the reason it's overlooked is because Wormhole is so good with high-level players. They just know how to use it on a different level that I really cannot reach. I don't want to reach it, for one, because I'm not planning to be a hardcore Zeratul user. But even if I wanted to reach it, I don't think I could. Like, I don't think I have that mindset to make something like Wormhole work the way that, you know, high-level players do. So Assassin's Blade becomes the clear-cut option for me. I feel like it's overlooked, and it's a very, very good talent. Maybe you want to try it out sometime, see what it does for you. Level 16, I go for Rending Cleave, which adds an additional 50% damage over 5 seconds afterwards. Usually, like, whenever this talent gets brought up, a lot of people say that it's better, that it was used mainly for wave clear. But I actually feel like it's still handy on heroes as well. It gives that same effect that an Envenom does, but it adds it to your Q ability. So it's like, I feel like players get a little antsy whenever they see that gradual damage on their health bar if they're still being attacked. Not so much if they're running away and they're able to escape, then there's no pressure, but if you're actively fighting somebody, that you're actively losing health while still actively being hit, it just puts a lot of pressure on that player that you hit this with. And again, with a bigger cleave that we got at level 1, that's more targets you're able to hit with your poison, basically. So that's just something to think about. That damage adds up after a while, as you saw in the numbers. And then level 20, pretty much my favorite level 20 talent in the game, I guess, because I always pick it. But the Nexus Blades for 20% more damage, and the slow for a second. Again, I never really noticed the slow, but the 20% damage it's a comfort. So again, that's the build. I went 32-1, largely in part to my teammates. We did a good amount of damage, 48,000. We were able to do our job. We were able to harass the enemy team, pick up the kills whenever we needed to pick them up, and just have an overall good game. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, it's Achilles WT. That's Achilles with the Z. Remember it.